Hello, on this segment I'm going to teach you how to properly transfer your client's measurements to a canvas blockhead. You're going to need your mesh dome cap, and the reason for the mesh dome cap is because it's breathable. It's better than the actual dome spandex, okay, which is by Q-Fit 5011, 5011. You're going to need your measuring tape, which I already have one wrapped around me. You're going to need your white pencil. You're going to need your silver Sharpie. And you're going to need your T-pins. Okay? So, I'm a 20. So we're going to start with the circumference. I'm a 20. So you want to make sure that you have the proper blockhead for the client. And the average head is a 22 to a 22.5, which is a 22 and a half. Okay, but in my case, I'm a 20. So you want to make sure that when you're measuring, to make sure that you have the right blockhead. They have different sizes. They go from 20 to 26, if I'm not mistaken, or 28, depending on how big the client's head is. I just realized I have the wrong end. Okay, so you're going to start at the 0, which is the tip of the measuring tape. Okay, and you want to start from the center, which is your lining. You want to start from the center. You have 3 linings: the right, the middle, and your left. Okay, you don't have to pull tight. You just want to wrap it around. And as you can see, bring this down for you. I am at the 21. Okay? So you can either use a pencil to mark or trace around, or you can use your T-pin. But in my case, mine is already marked. I already know where my placement is, but I'll leave it here just so you can see. Now, from the T-pin, or your marking, turn it to the side. You want to make sure that the occipital bone is facing you. Okay, that's how you know the back. Some of them come with numbers on the back of the occipital bone, and some are in the front. But you want to make sure that there's a slope here. That's how you know that it's facing you, that's the back. Okay, so now we're going to start at the 0. Okay, I'm a 12, front to back, front to nape. Okay, so my 12 is here. So I already have a pin here. Like I said, you don't have to pull. I'm just going to place it nice and flat to the 12. Okay, so now we're going to do ear to ear. When you're measuring the client's ear, okay, you want to measure on top of the ear, literally at the beginning, well, at the ending of the ear to ear, right before their hairline, or you want to call the sideburns. Okay, you don't want to pull it tight or anything of that nature. So I'm 11 and a half. Okay, here's my 11 and a half. Get your T-pin, and you're going to mark. All right. Now for my temple to temple, I'm a 15. So you want to start from the occipital bone. I'm going to show you guys another trick that you can do to properly ensure that it's measured correctly. So you don't want to bring it up, you don't want to bring it down, you want to just go straight across. Okay? So here's the 15. And this is how it should look, flat. Okay, so this is how your mannequin should be looking. And this, the temple to temple, is for your closure, and you would mark it. Okay, and whenever you do your closures, you want to make sure you go 1 inch down or directly at the hairline of the cap. I said hairline at the cap, but you know, imaginary of a client. Now we're going to do the nape. Now this is where I was telling you I'm going to show you a trick. Okay? To ensure that you have the proper measurements, 4.5, 5, 10, whatever, you want to fold at where the measuring is. So I'm a 4.5. I'm going to fold the measurement, which is the 0, and take the 0 to the 4.5. That's my nape, which is the back of my hairline. Okay, so it should look like this. See that? The 0 is at the 4.5. This is your folding. You can either grab a T-pin, pull out some more, grab your T-pin. You can either place it in the center, but this is what you're going to do. You're going to place it underneath your T-pin, which should have been in the center. Anyways, right here. Okay? And you're going to start here. Because remember, that center marking is like the center of your actual circumference. And then you're going to go straight across. You're not going to go up. You're not going to go down. You want to go straight across where it's flat to the 4.5, which is in my case, I'm a 4.5. Okay? So now you have your nape. You have the circumference. You have the ear to ear. You have your temple to temple and your front to nape. Now you got to take the measurement for your frontal. I'm 11 for the frontal. Which doesn't really matter because the frontal is going to go in front. But to make sure you're transferring and that everything fits correctly, you want to place your measurements, which is what I tend to do. So here's my 11, okay? And also pin. And this is just to make sure that your cap lays properly, not the frontal. And there you have it. Okay? Front to back. You have your nape. You have your ear to ear. You have your frontal. You have your temple to temple. Your circumference should conform with what you have on the paper of the client's measurements. And this is the proper technique to ensure that the client's head fit properly. Now, I shouldn't be showing you this part, but I'm going to do it anyway. When placing your cap, see the V in the back? You have your two linings here in the front. You want to place the lining. It's not going to be, directly with the linings on the outside of your canvas blockhead, but you can match it with the center. That's what I tend to do. And the V matches in the back, right here. Okay? It matches with the center of the back. So when you're placing your cap, you don't want to do this. That is wrong. You're setting yourself up for failure. It's going to be too big. It may not fit at all, you know. You want to make sure and ensure that you're placing it properly. So you see how it's all the way up here? But remember, when I measured, my 12 was here. Why is it there? So it'll be shrinking by the time you sew. So when you're placing your cap, you want to place it up in this area, as if it's a natural hairline. Okay? That's the proper way. And like I said, remember the 4.5. Mine's already marked, so I'm just showing you. You're going to place it to the 4.5. As mentioned, okay, so you want to line up. See that? And it fits perfect. 4.5. This is how you want to line up your cap when transferring. You want to make sure the cap is sitting properly. Remember, I told you guys I was 11.5. See, it's too big, so I got to bring it up some. You want to make sure your cap is exactly where the client's ear to ear is. Now I'm at the 11.5. I like to make sure my caps fit perfect. I'll go up just a little bit. At the 12. So I'm good there. Now with this excessive space, you should know that common sense, you're going to have to eliminate this space. Okay? You don't want to sew because you're going to have it where it's too big for the client, or it's going to shrink, either or. So you want to make sure that you remove this space. Okay? So this was my segment on how to properly make, not how to properly make, how to properly transfer your dome. Sorry. How to properly transfer your client's measurement to a canvas blockhead. Okay? Enjoy your day.